Sportscast Sports Talk 101 on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Discuss, debate, entertain, and loud.
Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Woo, man. What a wonderful week 5.
So the best part of the entire season so far was week 5. And I remember it was a movie. I think it was Angels in the Outfield. It's not NFL, but you guys will see where I'm going at with this. So it was Angels in the Outfield, and at one point there was a scene where you just hear the announcer say Norton Williams collide and the catch is blown, because we saw that last night.
Are we talking about Raiders in Kansas City?
Yeah.
Are we talking about Hunter and Devontae colliding into one another? I won't say that's over the butt fumble, but that's if they ever do a football follies, that's somewhere in there, man. I mean,
dude, that was priceless. Could you imagine what would have happened if they had gotten themselves injured off of that?
You just lost your two best receivers. Here's the thing: 40 seconds, 4th and 1. You got Jacobs. You got one hell of a running back. He's actually having a good night. You don't believe in your star running back to just have Carr just go forward, but you gonna put it in Carr's hand to just throw it in the air?
They got the touchdown, though. And why do you go for a 2-point conversion when you clearly should have just kicked the damn ball? And then send that shit to overtime.
Because I'll tell you what, on the show they said because of analytics or whatever.
Well,
here's my thing. Screw that. You tie the game up and you go into OT.
Did the analytics factor that collision? Because I don't think they factored that.
Nah, man, but good Lord. I mean, first of all, Raiders, you was 17-0, and you was beating Kansas City. You had them. You had the foot right above the throat.
There was a meme running around, and it literally shows them up 17-0, 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Final score, Kansas City wins at 30-29. If they had to fly out somewhere, that would have been a sad flight home. I don't even know how to explain that you gave up. You were up 17-0 and lost 17-0, and you had the game in the bag. And you said, you know what? Fuck it. We want to lose. Let's let Patrick do what Patrick does best and destroy us.
We gotta give credit to a big old tight end called Kelsey. Because Kelsey, he was on fire last night, folks. Kelsey was on fire. I mean,
not yardage-wise.
He got TDs. Really that's all that matters.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's where I was going. It don't matter the yards. Hell, he could have had 4 yards total all game. But he got 4 touchdowns.
Right.
I don't think it was more than that. It might have been just under 30, but still.
Can we back it up just a little bit? Back it up a little bit. I want to talk about your boy Russell Wilson.
He ain't my boy.
He
may need to hang the cleats. He may need to just hang his cleats up. I think he's at
Russell Wilson. First of all,
is it time for him to retire?
Can we say that was the worst game I've ever watched? The worst game I've ever watched. The fans were leaving. Game wasn't even over
the field goal game.
Yes. The Colts won 12 and Denver 9
in overtime.
In OT.
It had to go to overtime because the kickers wanted to see who could win it. Dude, I felt bad more for Amazon because they had to broadcast that crap.
That's how
You're
you
trying
know
to
what?
show off that.
That's how you lose contracts. That's how you lose, like, at Amazon. Yeah, I don't know, Prime. I don't know.
Apple's going to be like, Apple's like, wait, do we really want to spend $4 billion on NFL Sunday Ticket after that shit show? And
Maybe
excuse my
we
French, but
maybe we change it to a different day, like Sunday or something.
I
But
thought we
good
were
lord,
watching a baseball game or like high school football.
it was, first
I
of
don't
all,
even know that ain't
the
even high school. That's like middle
quarterbacks.
school.
The quarterbacks was horrible. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was an all around
it was a horrible
garbage.
game. Russell Wilson, folks, he's done. He's done.
Yeah, there's no coming. He has not he should have been done when he was in
It's that mile
Seattle.
high air, bro. You can't. I think the air. You ever been in Denver? You weigh the altitude. I mean, he
I
can't
think it
breathe.
sucked the brain cells out of him
Sucked
because
his
he ain't got.
brain
I mean,
cells.
yeah, he needs to just call it a day. Take what dignity he got left and just finish it up because it's a done deal.
2 interceptions, no TDs. The other quarterback, Matt Ryan, 251 yards, 2 interceptions. Gordon, 54 yards. Jackson, 62 yards.
It was terrible.
It was just a horrible game. Horrible game. But
yeah,
got to give it up to the Colts. They're 2-2-1.
Al is amazing to see that they're that they're doing that. I've never seen such a bad game before, and I've seen plenty of Washington games.
Right.
And even their loss looked better than what we saw Thursday night. I don't know if there was a worse game to watch. Oh wait, yeah, there was. The Lions got their butts.
The Lions got a
them.
donut. The Lions got a big old donut. Got a huge donut. That was a horrible game. Well, all right, bro. Well, what team you want to get into? We can talk about my team later.
Yeah, we'll save the best for the last. So we already discussed that one. So Giants 4-1.
Ooh, man! If you told me Giants was 4-1, good lord.
And they beat the Packers 27-22.
Yes, they did.
Honestly, I mean, I called that one. That was a shot in the dark because I know that Aaron Rodgers, when he's pissed off, he performs way better. But they the Packers were up at halftime, 20-10. So I thought, they're going to win it. And then the Giants said, "No, we ain't playing that way." They 17 on, I would say almost 17 unanswered points. I don't count the safety that the Packers got because that was a defense, but they gave up 17 points in the second half.
First of all, Barkley looked amazing. He had a 40 long run that just, he looked like a cheetah running down the field.
I want to know the thing I'm curious about. Where the hell was this Daniel Jones last year? Because not only did he,
I believed in him. I like Jones. I like Jones.
He went 21-27, 217 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. I don't care about the touchdown. The fact no interceptions. That's always a good thing.
Yes.
But
just Amazon Ron Carson Wentz brought him here.
Damn. But he also ran the ball for 10 carries on 37 yards. And have you noticed the trend with him that his rushing yards have drastically increased compared to last year? He's averaging 30 yards rushing a game lately, from what I've seen. I'd have to look at each game, but I'm almost positive he's putting those kind of yards up, which is crazy.
Hey, 4-1, you got to tip your hat off. It's winning games. He didn't get like a throwing touchdown or nothing like that, but I got to give him props on the running. We also got to give a huge shout out to Darius Slayton. He received 79 yards. He had a nice little 26 long bomb to him. He was targeted 7 times. But Aaron Rodgers, they could have won. Cobb had 99 yards.
Rodgers up. Damn.
Devontae Adams tried to push me today at Walmart. Let me tell you,
You know,
we go get into
you know
that.
what?
We're going to talk about that because he's in trouble. He's actually in trouble, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yes, we're going to get to that part as well.
So, yes, I picked the Packers. So, yes, I did lose that.
Yeah, let's see if I can pull up Excel. I should have that. I didn't pull that one up either. Oh, let's see, because I had to update everything.
I noticed you don't be
Mostly 'cause
changing
somehow-
my picks.
No, I've been asking you because somehow I got the some of these wrong. I will say that you're still on top overall. Now with our picks, I forget we didn't factor week 1 in because I just didn't get around to it, and I don't remember
Right.
any of the picks that we chose. So 4 weeks that we've done started at week 2, 3, 4, and obviously this one is 5. Ray's correctly picked 39 and incorrectly picked 23, and I'm 36 and 26. I don't unless I get some more. And it was week 4. That's where I got butchered. I
was
went,
happy. I was smiling that day too, folks. I was like, "Oh, I think."
Yeah, week 4 I went 6 and 8 on that. Yeah, it was terrible.
He doesn't believe in Cooper Rush, but I think he believes him in Cooper Rush.
Shit, I'd take Cooper Rush over Carson Wentz any day. All right, let's go back. We got the Packers game knocked out.
Yeah, good job on that one. You picked the Giants.
Steelers at the Bills. What in the bloody hell happened to the Steelers?
You got a rookie. You got a rookie quarterback, man. He's got to learn. He's got to get reps.
Yeah,
he's a rookie.
He's got to do something.
I mean,
do we
get
stats
bad.
Okay. Well, and not to say anything negative. I mean, he did have a great 34 or 52. One, that's a lot of passing for a rookie. He shouldn't have to pass that much, but they had no running game. 327 yards. That's good on paper. 0 touchdowns. That's not good. And 1 interception. That's also not good.
Right.
But I think the problem that I saw with the Steelers game is he passed the ball way too much. Where in the hell was your running game? Jaylen Warren only 5 carries, 24 yards. Right. Najee Harris 11 carries, 20 yards. That was you ran the ball 11 times and only averaged 1.8 yards a carry. I could do better than that.
Wait a minute, hold on. There's more. But you know what though? You got to have an offensive. Their offensive line is doo-doo, man. And if you don't have blockers,
I get that.
Yeah.
They are in full-on rebuild mode.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you what happened. Josh Allen, 20-31, 424 yards, 4 TDs. He carried the ball 5 times, 42 yards. And then Davis had a big day. Come on, give it up for Davis. 171 yards, 2 TDs. He was balling.
But did you see their running game was fantastic? Josh Allen, 5 carries, 42 yards, averaged 8.4 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Devin Singletary, 6 carries, 42 yards, averaging 7. Yeah. And James Cook, 4 carries, 31, a touchdown, averaging 6. Like they were on all cylinders.
I mean, and then got to give it also Stephon Diggs, man. Like
Davis and Diggs
102,
alone.
102. And then you had Shakir 75. Bro, what did you look? We could get you in running, we could get you in receiving. Specialty.
Gabe Davis. Yeah, Gabe Davis. Where in the hell did he come from? He only caught the ball 3 times for 171 yards.
Baller. Davis is he's a ball. Let me throw another name. They got another guy named McKenzie that's on that team. I don't know I think he's hurt, but that's why you had Shakur doing a lot of work. But the Bills are on fire. Josh Allen is
they picked up where they left off last year, except this season they're like amplified. They are so hungry. I think they are so hungry for that Super Bowl, and they know they should have gone last year. That it was just that coin flip was what cost them.
Right.
And I think that either team could have gone. I don't know if the Rams would have won if the Bills had made it, though. That's the only thing that I don't know, and we won't know. But I think the Bills are clearly right now, if they continue to stay this way the rest of the season, they are the clear favorite to go to the Super Bowl this year. I don't care how good the team. Or it's going to be we're going to see it.
I got another team to throw out at you, though. That's doing pretty good. Eagles.
Yeah, I will
You
say
can't,
that one.
you
They
can't deny
are
the Eagles. All right.
no. We haven't. I haven't. I'm just going in order on the NFL's website right now with underscore. So after the Steelers Bills, it was Chargers at the Browns. Man, 30. I thought the
Um,
Browns were going to win it. And
no,
then I
dude.
looked. I'm like,
You let
oh no, they're not.
the kicker, he screwed up.
Yeah,
York, the kicker, York. I feel sorry for the kid, man, because everybody's on the edge of the seat. He kicks it. He's a superstar. What does it does? It misses the field goal. Yeah, I feel sorry for the kid, but then look, can we give it up for Chubb? Good Lord. Good Lord.
not Chubb was
Eckler. Oh my God.
Eckler, dude. Nick, this was a battle of the running backs in this one.
Yes.
Not,
Yes.
I mean, no disrespect to Herbert or Brissett because they had a
Yeah.
great game, but this was a running game
Nah,
because
Brissett threw he threw a really bad touchdown in the red zone right to the guy. I mean, the guy was like, "Oh, thank you very much. Let me get that interception." I mean, come on, dude.
right.
You got the
What I was getting at was Nick Chubb, 17 carries, 134 yards, 2
4 yards.
touchdowns. Kareem
Yeah.
Hunt had not quite 50 yards rushing, but he had 11 carries, 47 yards, a touchdown, and Jacoby Brissett 3 carries for 32 yards.
But they can also
Austin
catch the
Eckler.
ball too.
Kareem.
Go
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was
No.
just saying. They were Kareem did catch. He received 3 catches for 10 yards. You want to add that to that 47?
I'm trying to figure out who had an Eckler 16 carries, 173 yards rushing, and a touchdown. Joshua Kelly 10 carries, 49 yards, a touchdown. Herbert 5 carries, 13 yards, and then they had 2 others that ran the ball. Not only that, but Mike Williams 10 catches, 134 yards. Like this was a fantastic game to watch.
It was, but it's very painful because technically the Chargers should have lost that. Should have lost that,
yes,
man.
they should
But
have.
should have, could have, would have. Hey, that's why you got it. Hey, you got one job, kicker. One job. Kick that ball. That's your job. And when you miss, and it wasn't like he wasn't that far. I think my man Beck could have kicked it from 50 yards. Beck could kick the ball from 50 yards.
Possibly. Well, I don't know about that, but next up, Texans at the Texans Jaguars game. That was
good game. Finally, the Texans win a game.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. Well, Davis Mills. It was
Pierce.
This
Sorry,
was just
Pierce. The running back Pierce was running his ass.
Yeah, that's a lot of running and you didn't even get 100 yards rushing. I mean, the goal is to win the game. Clearly, that's what happened. He got a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I'm just saying, 26 carries and you only got 99 yards. That's a lot of running.
It is. But Lawrence played a bad game today. He threw 10 interceptions. One at the end was just a Hail Mary trying to win the game.
Yeah.
And then one I saw he just you got to use your eyes, man. Use your eyes. And he threw it.
Two more interceptions to the book for Lawrence, 286. It was just Marvin Jones though was the highlight for the Jag with 7 catches, 104 yards. That was a nice highlight. And Travis Ellen, 10 carries, 71 yards. So they've got things there. They've got.
I'm gonna I'll say that was their off day. I'm gonna give it
because they've had good games.
Yes,
I think that though I don't see them playoff. They're not going to be a playoff team. I don't even think they'll make the wild card this year. I think though that they will be one of those teams that will be a winning team by next year, more so than this year. I think you got a new head coach. He's going to get all the pieces together this season, see what he needs to adjust. Next year's going to be we're going to see a different Jacksonville, and because we're already starting to see that now.
I don't know. You might see him. You might see him.
We've seen Stranger Things. I remember
it's still early.
I remember a New York Giants team going 8-8, playing on the road and winning the Super Bowl twice, not once but twice, folks. So anything can happen in the NFL.
Bad weather and injuries we have to factor. So anything can happen. But
and I know Jeff was out there trolling on Twitter when the Vikings won. I will say that, God bless, man, I was listening to that game, and if you have NFL Plus, listen to a Vikings game just one time when they score a touchdown or something, but listen to the home team for the radio, the audio
Time out.
version, because the commentator that does the game call for the Vikings, I've never heard a more passionate guy. I swear to God, when they won that game, I think he jumped out of his chair and probably broke something, because I've never heard so much screaming. I got yelled at by my wife because we were driving back from Nebraska and I had to turn the volume down because he almost broke the speakers. Yeah. But that was a hard-fought victory. The problem with the Vikings is every single one of their 4 wins, they've had to come back, usually in the fourth quarter. At some point, that luck's going to run out.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they're winning games. That's all that. At the end of the day, that's exactly what matters.
They're winning. They're 4-1. They're 4-1. But they were up. I get it. They were up 21-10 at the half. But then you allowed 9 points, and then you allowed basically 12 unanswered points, and then you got the touchdown, and then the 2-point conversion to get the 8, and to secure the win.
Well, let's get Cook carried 18 times for 94 yards, 2 TDs, and then Jefferson, good Lord, he received the ball 12 times for 154 yards.
How pissed though do you think Aaron Rodgers is? Because he could have had Justin Jefferson.
Yes, he could have.
He could have had Jefferson.
He's kicking. He's kicking himself.
Kicking
himself. Yeah.
Could you just think what Jefferson could do with Rodgers throwing? With someone like Rodgers throwing to him, though. Kirk's a good quarterback, but Rodgers is an elite quarterback, and and there's a difference when you have a good quarterback, a great quarterback, and then you have an elite throwing to you. Look what it did that for Randy Moss in New England with having Tom Brady throw to him.
So what do you think about the Bears, though? What do you think? What's going to happen with the Bears?
It's the Bears. I hate
the Bears.
It is you should not date the running game. Montgomery, 12 carries, 20 yards, and a touchdown. Your quarterback ran the ball 8 times, had 47 yards. Your quarterback had more yards than your star running back. Well, supposed star. The star averaged 1.7, only 20 yards. Shit, I could do that just walking around the block. I could power walk more yards than that.
But the reason why the running back, because the offensive line is not protecting, so a quarterback has no choice but to run for his life.
But the other thing that, fumbles, he's got to protect the ball. He can't keep fumbling it. I mean, he fumbled twice. He didn't lose it, but they did lose one of them.
Yeah.
They are just, man. I mean, it's a very interesting. I'm trying to figure out which is the better now, the NFC or the AFC, because both conferences, it's a drastic difference from last year at the end of week 5, and this year at week 5.
But see, the thing about the Vikings, though, they're a good team, but they always disappoint you sometimes in and something happens. I don't know what it is.
Kind of like the next team we're going to talk about.
Kind
of like the next team we're going to talk about with the Patriots winning 29-0.
Hey, that was a good game. That was a good game because
it was a good game for the Patriots.
Because you're seeing a Patriot backup quarterback, dude. He was slinging that ball.
Do you realize though that a backup Belichick is 5-0 with backup quarterbacks? For late round draft pick quarterbacks, he's 5-0.
17-21. Starting. That's not bad. 17-21, 188 yards. He got a TD. He did get an interception. Stevenson. He was balling,
dude.
He was balling. Even Myers.
I know Roger was like, "Hey, this is a pass league, guys." Roger Goodell says this is a pass league. Yet what we're seeing is a lot of teams are shifting to the running game. They're bringing that running game back and the Patriots of all teams, they've never had running games, strong running games, not where you've seen them run the ball.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
I will say they've had good They had Corey Dillon, but Dillon was past his prime at that point. They've had good running backs, A lot of times, though, when they get them,
It
they're
was
kind
always
of
a
on the down.
committee. It was always a running back committee. You didn't know who he was going to have running,
And
but
then, yeah, but between Jacoby Myers, 111 yards, I just was amazed that Stevenson, and I think that they focused heavily on the run because they've got a rookie or a backup in, so you don't
yeah.
want to just rely heavily on it. But only four incompletions, you can't really go wrong with that.
So let's talk about what went wrong with the Lions because Goff
No
did
running game,
no
no
running game.
intercept,
Well,
and you had an interception. I'm trying to see here.
nah.
Reynolds had a good game. Well, Josh Reynolds had a good game. Well, so
Well,
did
that's
Craig Reynolds.
that
I,
was all slop, man. That was slop towards the end.
yeah. So
I know
I
St. Brown, their star receiver. I think he's dealing with an injury.
well, let me see. Let's see here. They had a turnover on downs, then an interception, then a punt, then a fumble, then a punt, turnover on downs, turnover on downs, turnover on downs, turnover on
Right.
downs, into the fourth quarter. That was literally all of their plays. Every drive they
Right.
had was either they turned the ball over on downs,
Yeah.
or they fumbled, or they punt, or an interception. Like that was just terrible all around.
That was called coaching. And you know who the better coach is? Belichick.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Lions play that bad since they set the record for their 0-16 season.
Yeah. Good job,
This was
Belichick.
just yeah, Belichick, bravo. I mean, you had that was all facets a fantastic game. We are next up is the Saints and the Seahawks. That was man, I could have gone either way with that one. That was
Geno
a hell of a
Smith,
game.
man. 268, 3 touchdowns. Hey, Geno, good job, man.
Gene, and I apologize, folks. I said from when before when he went there and everyone was like, what, and I was the biggest one. I was like, that's just stupid.
I
That
agree.
I said, man, the Niners should have traded Jimmy over there at the time. And boy, was I wrong, because one, obviously it worked out for Jimmy, and two,
Right.
Geno, maybe it was the situation where he was at before and he
Mhm.
just needed this, because we see that with some quarterbacks. I'm not going to say all quarterbacks, because we
Right.
know there are some
Well,
out there that changed teams and basically need to retire.
well, the only reason they won the Saints is because of Taysom Hill. They were getting
Tyler Lockett had a good game.
They were getting their butt kicked, and then Taysom Hill ran. Dude, did you see the touchdown? The touchdown. This guy is amazing, folks.
Taysom Hill is the quarterback that you want on your team, because he's the non-starting quarterback you want, because he can play quarterback. He can also be your running back. He can also be your receiver. He is literally a triple threat position player.
Do the Wildcat. Get in the Wildcat.
But let's not. Hey, no disrespect to Dalton, because Dalton had coming up had a decent game, 187 yards, a touchdown. I get the interception. I didn't look at the replay to see it, or the highlights to see that one. So I don't know if it was just a bad throw, if it was the player botched it, if it was rust because he hasn't played all yet. He's just coming in.
Right.
But dear God in heaven, the running game was just, what the hell? Because if you look at the stats, one would think that the Saints won that game, and they did. And this is why. Taysom Hill, 9 carries, 112 yards, 3 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, 23 carries, 103 yards.
Right.
And then you had Ingram and Dalton that got some,
But it was the fourth quarter, Taysom Hill's 60-yard run touchdown. And then they did a 2-point conversion with Mark Ingram. So the man ran 60-yard TD. He sealed it. The man's a stud. And that's funny, because everybody's not even talking about him that much. I didn't
no knocking, and we're not knocking the Seahawks, because they could have won this as well. This game alone could have gone either way. It was a fantastic game on both sides with both teams, because Geno had a great game, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Tyler Lockett had a hell of a game, 5 catches, 104 yards. 2 touchdowns. DK Metcalf, 5 catches, 88 yards on the touchdown.
Right.
Rashad Penny had 8 carries for 54 yards. Like, they had everything there, and it just didn't work out for them.
Right.
And
So now,
the loss sucks, but
yeah, I agree. So
I think the
now
Seahawks are for real at this point, especially with Geno running it. I don't think, unless he gets injured, that's his team at this point. I would not, unless he goes on one hell of a slump, which I haven't seen. I think he's got a great coach that's going to get him to where the sky's the limit for him.
Right. Maker's in here trolling us. Yeah, you can't troll us, boy. What's going on, Maker?
That's let's see. So we did that one. We got that. Dolphins and the Jets.
Wow. Okay, come on, man. Like,
I called the Jets winning that. I get it was garbage. It's the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And I
first
don't know
play, Bridgewater goes back, gets his bell knocked out, gets taken out of the game. It's a safety. And that was it. That was that was
done.
it.
So the Jets went up 5-0 at the end of the first quarter. Then they scored 14. The Dolphins scored 14.
Give me 1 second.
Yep, Dolphins got 3 in the second quarter, and then that was it. And then Miami's defense went to shit after that because they allowed the Jets 21 unanswered points at that point. Yeah, Bridgewater was done. Raheem Mostert had a hell of a game running. 18 carries, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 carries for 13 yards. That was terrible. But Skylar Thompson, 19 to 33, 166 yards. And I get, throw him into the Wolves, and the Jets ate him alive at that point. Zach Wilson on the other side with the Jets. Not a bad performance. 14 to 21, 210 yards. The best thing I saw out of him was there were no interceptions. And you also had 0 touchdowns. So that's okay because Breece Hall had 97 yards rushing, 18 carries and a touchdown. Michael Carter, 10 carries, 21 yards, 2 touchdowns. Braxton Berrios had 1 carry for 15 yards and a touchdown. And Zach Wilson carried the ball 4 times for 2 yards and a touchdown. Literally all of them.
All right,
What you call 5 rushing touchdowns for the Jets. Breece Hall, 97 yards and a touchdown. Michael Carter, 21 yards on 10 carries, 2 touchdowns. Braxton Berrios, 1 carry, 15 yards, a touchdown. Zach Wilson, 4 carries, 2 yards, and a touchdown. Sweet Jesus.
The coach said, count those. I'm counting receipts. So I guess, everybody was laughing at him in the beginning. He's proving people wrong.
So Breece Hall, I said 18 carries, 97 yards rushing, and a touchdown. He also had 2 catches for 100 yards receiving.
Right.
On top of the 100, I'm like, what? 20? Jesus.
Give him the game ball. He earned his check that day.
Dude, but he had more yards than Wilson had passing.
Right.
Yards.
Right, exactly.
No, he didn't. Almost. I got that wrong. I can't add. But still, you got a running back that can do that. You are set. But the Jets
remember,
are 3-2.
The Dolphins are playing with their 3rd string quarterback. God bless you.
And I get that.
God bless you, Thompson.
I get that, but still, I don't know if I would have thought at the beginning of the season that I would see the Jets at 3-2 at week 5, going into week 6.
Right, but I'm going to tell you this: look at the schedule ahead. It's going to change. I'm just saying, it's going to change.
And that's the thing that I want to see happen. There are teams like the Jets. I want to see how they do against a better opponent. The Giants were one of those that I said I would love to see them go up against a good team.
Okay, all right.
And they did.
Packers next.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because Rodgers is coming off that loss to the Giants. So
exactly.
Next up, Bucks at the Falcons. Tampa wins that one 21-15.
First of all, we got to talk. Hold on. We got to talk about something. The tackle.
Oh my
The
God, yeah,
tackle.
the thing that's been making the rounds.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, what the hell's going on, refs, NFL? I mean, what you know what? Maybe we should just put little flags on these quarterbacks and don't tackle them.
does it
Don't
surprise
tackle
you?
them.
So there was I was at the after the Chiefs game, and I don't know if you watched it, but they were interviewing one of the players who
Hmm.
said that if we're just going to keep calling these roughing the passer and having all of these issues, controversial things that dictate the outcome of the game, the booth upstairs needs to. And this was a defensive player that was saying that the booth needs to do
Right.
reviews. These
Well,
need to be, and I agreed with him.
well,
Everything he stated,
the
I agreed
owners are
with.
having a meeting, I think, next week. So they're going to discuss some of these rules and stuff. But good lord, I mean, you run by and pass gas on a quarterback, you gonna get a flag thrown at you. It is
Well, there was
ridiculous.
also the issue that it was Tom Brady, and was it because it's Tom Brady? Would that have happened if it had been anybody else, or
He
was it because it was
wrapped.
Tom Brady?
He did. He didn't. All he did was wrap. He did a perfect tackle, dude. And Tom Brady got pissed because he got tackled. The guy didn't hit him low, didn't hit him high. He didn't hit him in the head. It was a perfect tackle.
And my issue with this whole thing, and I get that the NFL, they're the owners are having a meeting, they're going to do these changes and things that don't mean anything, because the problem isn't the rules, it's the refs. And no matter what changes they make, the refs are going to call things differently. I don't know how you fix things, because every game is different. Because one game you could have in week 5,
No,
you could
I
have
agree.
one set of refs
I agree. I
calling
agree.
so you could have the same play happen 2 different games, and the refs will call on one game. Game
But
1 will say it this way, and game 2 it'll be called a completely different thing.
But you know what you got to do? You got to have a penalty camera. You got to have when a coach says, you know what, man, this is BS or something like that. Like, dude, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Tampa Bay got the penalty and they got moved up and they won the effing game, okay, because of that
Yeah.
penalty. That's BS, man. That's BS, and it's like
Well, it
it's a
also, let's
shame.
be real, it also didn't help that um Atlanta didn't score any points until the fourth quarter.
Doesn't matter.
Even
They
with
were
that,
coming
well,
back.
no, I get that. But if you take away that penalty issue, even if that penalty had been
They
called,
suck.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
if the Falcons had scored points in any other quarter, if they just gotten a touchdown in the first, second, or third quarter, they would have had the game won anyways. I mean, no part of this is easy to digest, because I don't like the reffing, and the officiating is
right.
garbage on all fronts almost
Right.
every week. It's always something. You're
Well,
always, whether it's roughing the passer, it's
right.
this or that, it's always something.
Well, Mariota had to be the quarterback and the running back because he ran 61 yards. So
That's
because let me tell you, Cordell Patterson was hurt. He's not in the game. If they had Cordell Patterson, I guarantee it would have been a different game because they didn't have their star running back.
yeah.
But then again, Brady was winning games when he didn't have his star players in other games. But still, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, dude. God damn it. That was a horrible call. I hate these calls. I hate these calls. And there was another bad call in the Raiders and Kansas City game too.
Let's get Mike McCarthy on the phone. How'd you like that call?
Yeah, I know exactly. Exactly.
The
Exactly.
next one, God damn it. This was another depressing game.
Oh, come on, let's talk about my boy.
Whew, we had the Titans winning it 21-17 over
Henry.
Washington, and bum ass Wentz.
Derrick Henry is back, folks. 102
So I'm
yards, two
stealing a
TDs.
phrase from Pat McAfee from the WWE when he used to call Corbin bum ass Corbin, because that's basically what we have. We have a bum ass quarterback named Wentz, and I don't care what Rivera said. The comment was, he was asked in a press conference after the game. He said, somebody asked him, what sets Washington apart from all the other teams that are winning in the NFC East? And he said quarterback.
Yeah.
Immediately, didn't even hesitate.
Yep.
No. And then afterwards, he apologized, said that the media misconstrued his message. No, they didn't. You
No, they
said
didn't.
what
You said
everyone in the
whatever you
NFL,
meant.
every
Yeah,
analyst, everybody said
yeah,
has been thinking from day
yeah.
one.
He thought
Wentz
out
is
loud and just
overrated
came out.
bum.
Damn.
I would rather, and even I think it was Stephen A. that said, God, at this point, I'd rather see Heineke in there. What do you have to lose? I mean,
No.
Wentz
Stop.
won't
It
be
is
here much
still,
longer.
dude, bro. They're 1-4. It's
They're
1-4. Don't. I
but
mean, he's still 359, 2 TDs and 1 interception. Come on.
and we still lost.
Yeah, but
And he's injured, which I called he was going to happen this year. He's an injury prone has been at this point. We're
I'm
not
not.
going to resurrect his. We're
I'm
not
not.
resurrecting his career.
I'm
He's
not
not going
gonna
to get that
put.
career back from Philly.
I'm not gonna put everything on Wincy because your offensive line is garbage, man.
Is
They don't.
garbage. Has been. Our running game is garbage. Our receiving core. Well, we had.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
see.
well, you want to throw dude? The running back had 22 yards, and he ain't even the main damn running back. I mean, at least
that was
Brown. Hey, Brown
that
was on fire. Brown
no
caught a
Gibson.
Brown caught a
Gibson.
ball like
Gibson's
amazing.
our running back. Had 6 yards. I mean, De'Ami Brown, 2 catches, 105 yards. McLaurin, 5 catches, 76.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel, 6 for 62. The receiving was there, but the fact is we had no running game. We have no offensive line. Our defense is complete and utter garbage. At this rate, after seeing what happened to the Panthers head coach, Rivera making this kind of a statement, unless he fixes something, I'm going to give him about 3 more games before he gets canned. It's not like Washington doesn't care about firing people and starting over again. We've been doing
Well,
that since.
let me ask you this then: would you take Baker Mayfield or would you take Wentz?
I'd take Baker Mayfield in a heartbeat.
You're out of your mind. Because guess what? He's hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah,
And
this is why I said
hurt.
Heineke needs to just get back in. I'm just saying that I think Rivera needs to watch it because I get that he signed this big ass like he could have had any team. Now I don't know the fine tunings. I'd have to look up again what the fine tunings of his contract were because I don't know if he can just get outright canned or if he has full reins. Because why in the hell did you pick Wash? Like I love that he chose the team because we actually have a good coach. But the problem is the team itself is just an utter dumpster fire. And we've been that way since Snyder took over and destroyed everything.
He got hired
I don't
to
know
what?
how,
What does the coach get hired for?
Try to fix and salvage a team.
He ain't doing it. So
and coach them to the Super Bowl.
He got to go. He's got to go.
Depends on how the contract was worked. I don't know how easily it's going to be because he was handed over a lot of authority. The only thing, he basically runs the team and Snyder just signs a check. That's all the power that Snyder was given. But yeah, I will say that Derrick Henry almost 30 fucking carries, 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Welcome back, Derrick Henry.
I mean,
I would love for you to be on our team.
What did he do when he was coaching in the other teams? What did he do? Did he get a Super Bowl?
He had a winning organization. He was winning games with Carolina. I don't know what the hell happened.
Not that good. He's not. I mean, he's not like I don't know. He's not like. I'm not saying he's bad.
I don't know what the answer is for Washington. I've been scratching my head on this one since Norv Turner was fired because he's the longest head coach we've had. We have not had a head coach last very long except for and Norv Turner wasn't the greatest coach.
I'll tell you something. There's a defensive coach in San Francisco called DeMarco Ryans.
Yeah, I know. Oh, speaking of San Francisco, did you happen to see how they won that game? Didn't they by a score of 37-15?
That wasn't even a game, dude. That was good Lord, that was a slaughter. A slaughter.
Let's see. Hey, Jimmy said That's right, motherfuckers. This is my team.
Um, well,
You know how much they're paying me to win games?
shout out to Wilson, 17 carries, 120 yards, a TD. The guy's balling out of his mind. Kittle
Is it
did
nice to have
fumble. What's
Is it
that?
nice to have somebody run the ball that's not Deebo Samuel? Like, I love watching Deebo run, but he's a receiver, and that scares me when he runs.
Yeah, well,
So
hey,
it's
Debo did get a touchdown. I mean, he only received the ball twice for 20 yards, but he did get a TD.
well,
Tevin
it seemed that they
Coleman.
were relying heavily on running, but I'm looking at the passing. He was throwing. I mean, Jimmy was throwing it all over the place. It seems.
Yeah, he was. He was, man. No interceptions, 2 TDs. His QBR was 60.5, rating was 109.4. He was on fire. He was on fire. Now Baker Mayfield, they're in trouble.
Hey, Mayfield.
Carolina's in
He
trouble. Carolina's in trouble, man.
Well, he had 20-36, 215 yards. That's decent for, stat wise, except no touchdowns, interception, and now he's injured. PJ comes in 5 of 6, 60 yards. I just, the fact that they had to say it was, you got a guy named PJ coming in off the bench to try to salvage things. I mean, he tried to make things happen. It just wasn't there. McCaffrey, 14 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, you need more yards, bro. You got to put up more yards than that.
You know what?
But he also did 7 catches for 50 yards receiving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. PJ got spread out like PJ, like peanut butter and jelly. Okay.
I was trying
All
to
right.
think of a joke for that name.
They're in trouble, dude. They gotta pull. So so just so you know, folks, they fired the coach. They got an interim coach in, and now they gotta
They also
find
fired was it the defense?
yeah,
Defensive coordinator is canned as well.
yeah.
Baker Mayfield's injured. Christian
So
McCaffrey is rumored to be getting traded
they're gonna have to,
to the
and they gotta
Bills.
pull. They gotta pull a quarterback from the practice squad just to back up the backup.
Dude,
Um,
do you realize the last time that I saw this happen with the Panthers having no quarterbacks? They had to call up Vinny Testaverde, who was retired for
yes,
several
I
years. He
remember
was like
that.
45 years,
Yeah.
43 years old, coming out there to
Yeah,
play. That old man had
He's
to
out, man. He's still got I think he's still injured, so he can't play. Yeah, they're
yeah, I don't
screwed,
know.
man. They're screwed.
Yeah. And what happens if Christian McCaffrey leaves? Because the Bills would love to have him. I know that the Panthers are trying to downplay that rumor, but
Amazon says, "Where's Cam? Oh, Cam."
he's out buying hats
Yeah.
and trying to figure out what
You can,
outfit he needs.
you know what, Amazon? I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I don't know, man. Uh I don't know.
Somebody's
But
going to pick it. I mean, he's either going to get re-signed by the Panthers or he's going to end up in Washington. But at this point, what the hell do the Panthers have to lose at this point with
yeah.
putting Cam back out there?
Yep.
At least you know what to expect with that. I think the problem with Baker was that he was so hyped up that it's an epic failure of expectations.
Confidence.
And they
Confidence.
will be really in trouble for the Panthers, and the AFC in general is going to be in trouble if the Bills get their hands on Christian McCaffrey, because then he's got a line that knows how to open up the running, the hole to get for him to run through. And think of a
Mhm.
healthy Christian McCaffrey with a line that can actually work with him and a quarterback that can throw to him. And think of the
Right.
numbers that he's going to have there. That's going to be. Oh, I would love to see that one.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't get injured for that team or that line. Put my body on the line. That guy does so much, and he did a sweet touchdown, dude. They could not stop him. So,
All right. Well, we're 9:50. God damn, we might actually go over our time limit today. Eagles and Cardinals. Eagles are 5-0. Let that sink in. The Eagles are 5-0.
mhm.
They are. Ooh. McCaffrey to the Niners. I mean, I don't know if it would happen, but I
No,
don't think I would say. I don't see the
no,
Niners saying no
you
to
guys
that.
stop with that. First of all, there's a lot of money involved, and that's just not gonna happen. Not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Well, they
And
already
Carolina,
restructured a crap. I don't see him going there. I don't even know. Is he? I don't even think the Niners are on his list. Hell, Washington's on McCaffrey's list, but
excuse
he's
me, but we got somebody that don't have a big contract, and he's getting the job done. And guess what?
yeah.
We got another guy coming back that ran just like that. So we gonna be all right. We'll
So
be all right.
I think Kyler Murray forgot to read the playbook this week or this past week and study because he.
Ah,
I
man.
mean, it was a close game. 2017 is not a blowout, but you still lost.
No, he threw a really nasty interception. The covered. Got it. Hollywood Brown he was catching the ball, he was balling. But once
Yeah.
again, the running, Connor 55 yards. I mean, running. I mean, dude,
This whole
the
week, all of week 5, it's been all about the running back. It's really been the running game this week. It seems more than
you
anything else. From
you
what I
got
mean,
to
you
have
listen.
a balance. You got to have a balance. And if the quarterback is throwing, running, ducking, and diving, I mean, he's just overwhelmed,
Yeah.
because damn protection. That's why you have a line are not protecting, and they're letting these
Well, and
guys get
that's
to him.
they teach you in an early age of football that run the ball to open up the passing game. It's football 101.
Right.
And we did away with that for a while, and now we're seeing the trend is back. We're right back to it's run the damn ball, open up the passing game because it alleviates a lot of issues with your quarterback having to just keep dropping back and throwing, and then hoping to God he's not going to get buried alive in the ground. Cowboys 4-1, Rams
Cooper.
2-3.
Cooper. Cooper.
What's going to happen though? I'm really confused. What's going to happen in Dallas when Dak comes back and gets told? Is he
Now,
is he getting the keys to
now,
the
now,
franchise again,
now,
or is he take a back seat, son?
now let's not get it twisted though, folks. Dallas defense is winning these games. Okay,
Yes.
it's the defense. Cooper, here's another thing. Cooper has not thrown an interception at all. No NIT since he's been in. He's doing a fabulous job.
His stats did tone down a bit this game.
He 10 for 16, 102 yards. Yeah, the defense, guys, the defense
Yeah.
was look,
Stafford Stafford thought he was back in Detroit during this game with that defense because he just got. It
Cup,
brought
you're
back
always going to
lovely
get
times.
100. You're always going to get over 100 yards in a TD or two from Cup. Cup is amazing.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
Yeah. Bengals Ravens squeaked out that win 19-17.
A kick, Tucker, the kicker. He kicked it. They won.
And then Monday night, the thriller in Kansas City, or was it a home game for the Raiders? It doesn't matter. The Raiders lost that one, and they deserve to because
two receivers collided into one another.
Well, not only, and that wasn't even the best part. So you had that one. The Steelers the Raiders were up 17-0, 9:20 something second quarter. Final score: Chiefs 30, Raiders 29. Devontae Adams facing criminal charges possibly because crybaby Adams is so pissed, and I get it. I understand he was heated. I understand that, but
you can't do that.
You don't just shove your teammate.
What if it was a female? Oh my God, woke. Whew, but it was a female. But
his career's over.
This kid could have hit his head, could have seriously got hurt. Now I know he went on Twitter, he went on shows apologizing, but guess what this kid did? So folks, he called the police too. So the police are doing investigation, and
I will say this: yes, the police are doing an investigation, probably the easiest investigation you'll ever have to do, because all you got to do is turn that damn highlight reel on Turn on ESPN. There's
Right.
your footage. Because what's he gonna do? I didn't push him.
So,
Really?
folks, let me
Every
give
network's-
you suing 101. When you have $1 million football player push you down, my back, oh, my back,
oh, my knee. I mean, don't tense up and lock up like Tua did when he got hit, but
yeah,
you know, get the
man,
wheelchair, get the neck brace, the back brace.
I
Hell,
be calling,
you
bro.
know,
I be calling my what do you want? I want some box seats, free food, free parking.
I
Man, I
mean,
want to be
if nothing happens with the criminal investigation, the
no.
civil lawsuit alone, it'll never make it to court. I can tell you that right
So
now.
he
It's
worked for ESPN. He was a freelancer. All he was doing now, did he walk in front of Devontae? Yes, he did. But that doesn't give you the right to just shove somebody down on the ground like he's nothing. And yes, you're mad, but guess what? So this is what's going to happen. Because it's a bye week. The Raiders are on a bye. You will not be seeing him play the next game. And he's going to get fined. They're going to find him. And they're
no
probably
question on that one.
yeah. You don't do that, guys. Don't hit him. You know, not hit somebody that's running across the field. Now that you hit them, and they interrupt the game, you knock them out.
Yeah, he deserved it. Hang on, I'm gonna type all of the teams that are going, and then I will. Then we'll do our picks, and then be done with the show.
Yeah, man, I got tacos. I smell them.
So now we're at the last part of the show. It's going to be our picks for the week, where we're at. I will say that I love to see on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, go look and follow. Make sure to follow NFL's fantasy team, that like the NFL fantasy Twitter handle, because they are the biggest effing trolls out there. I saw it today. Where's all my 0-5 teams that raise your hand? I'm like, right here. I'm right here, guys.
Wow.
Like, you mother efforts. I think it's good to see them out there doing that, but I'm just like, I don't want to admit that I'm 0-5, but I've already done so. I just can't I can't win no matter what I do. Even if I don't second guess myself, I'm still losing. And I'm at a point where at 0-5, I just don't care anymore. I'm just going to collect all of the players to make as many players as I can to screw everyone. If I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me. So if that means I have to have an entire team filled with nothing but quarterbacks and defense, you're damn right I will.
I took out Jeff.
Because I think I actually have
like fantasy team.
I've got like 4 quarterbacks and 2 defenses. I mean, I pretty much.
Jeff, don't ever school me or try and tell me about fantasy football, dude. Okay, because you're gonna get your butt kicked, and that's what I did to you in fantasy football.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that he pretty much ignored everyone.
Of course he did.
Weird how that happens, though. When he wins, he's all talk. When he loses, he runs and hides.
That's what trolls do. That's what trolls do.
And I mean, I don't. When I win, I'd still talk shit. When I lose, I cry and talk shit. So, all right, I think I have everything. Oh my god, man, this is going to be another week that I don't know what the hell to do.
Well, I'm actually, you're going to be surprised this week.
Teams on buys this week. So
yes, we
Thursday night snooze fest, folks. Just setting the bar. I mean, this past Thursday set the bar pretty effing high on how you bore the shit out of everyone. And I don't think we can get any better than Washington at Chicago.
I'm picking Washington to beat the Bears. Chicago Bulls. Come on, folks. I'm picking Washington.
NBA season starting up. He's just prepping himself for a win.
I'm gonna tell you why, because I think there is a little madness to I think Riviera said what he said also to put a little fire under Wentz, and I think you're gonna see Wentz do that with the Bears.
I'm going Washington this week only because the Bears are a bigger problem than Washington. Washington has talent. The Bears have a little bit of talent, but no matter how good they are, they find ways to shoot themselves in the foot. and cost themselves the
All
game.
right, so we're both going with the Commanders.
Yes, we're both going
Okay.
Washington on this one.
Okay.
All right. Let me make sure that I have that correctly lined up. Yes, I do. Excellent. Okay, next up, 49ers at the Falcons. I'm going to assume I'm going 49ers on that one. Sorry, Falcons fans out there, if you're watching. Clearly, you need to find a new team.
Going with my boys, the 49ers.
Next up, Patriots at Browns. My money's on the Patriots.
Oh my God, you're out of your mind. I'm going with the Browns.
I'm going with the upset pick because I think I don't know. I feel the Browns are if the Browns win it, it's going to be off the running game again because
I see Chubb knocking down these guys like bowling pins. And I see Cooper.
So
I do see Cooper. I'm going with the Browns.
I want to go the Patriots just to shit on everyone. But you know what? I'm going to say I'll go Browns because I know that you don't underestimate Nick Chubb. That's their strongest point on that team, no matter what, is their running game. And it's been that way for 2 seasons since Chubb was drafted by them. Because I'm gonna shock everyone with my upset pick of the week with the next one that I choose.
I know. I already know where you're going. I'm going with the Packers.
I already think I'm just going to take the shot right there that I know I'm going to lose this pick. But, man, if I get this one right with the Jets beating the Packers, Twitter's going to shut me down because it's going to be a week-long tweeting fest.
Aaron Rodgers is still pissed off what happened, and I think he's going to take the frustration out on them Jets.
On Gangrene?
Yep, on Gangrene.
I want to know who the hell gave them that nickname because that's just a.
It is.
Next up, Jacksonville at the Colts.
Matt Ryan looks like Father Time has took its toll on.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville's got the win on this one, and no, I thought otherwise, but Jacksonville's got the talent. They've got the pieces there, and they just had an off game.
Right.
So you going to Jacksonville on that one as well?
I'm going with Jacksonville, sir.
All right. Next up, Vikings at Dolphins. Sorry, Dolphins.
I gotta go with the Vikings on this one, man.
Captain Kirk, you better not let me down, damn it. I mean, I don't even care if it has to be a fourth quarter comeback again. Come from behind, let them come back up, think they're going to win, and then crush their soul and their spirit. But if Dalvin shows up and Jefferson shows up, it's a wrap.
And Adam Thiele's a baller too.
Yeah. Bengals are at the Saints. I'm gonna go Bengals. Burrow's pissed. He wanted that win last, and you could tell at the end of that game on Sunday he was mad, and I think that's gonna light a fire under his ass, and they're gonna come out strong and beat the Saints.
So you're going with the Bengals, right?
Yes.
I'm going with the Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals.
I honestly thought you were setting me up to say you were going Saints.
No.
Ravens at the Giants. I'm gonna go. You're gonna think I'm crazy again, but I'm going Giants on this one.
Jesus Christ! I'm going Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens.
All right, Bucks at Steelers. That's a no-brainer. Brady's gonna have a field day with that team.
I'm going with the Bucks. This kid has got to learn. He's got to get some reps. He's not going to win no games. Sorry. So I'm going with the
Panthers at Rams. I'm sorry for whoever is or was going to be the quarterback in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Donald is going to walk all over PJ Walker and have him looking like spread out peanut butter and jelly, folks. There you go. There you go.
The next one is Cardinals at the Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks on that one.
You know what? I'm actually going to go against you, and I'm going to go with Arizona. I'm going with Arizona.
All right. And to be fair, I think that's one of those that I think could go either way. The next one is the hardest one, I think, out of this whole
games. We got 2 good games.
The next one up is, I think, we've got good games, but I think the next one is the hardest one out of all of them. And this is Bills at the Chiefs. And I'm going Bills But good God, I don't know if I could. You wanted a rematch of the AFC Championship. This is what you're
Yeah.
going to get, and it's going to be
Right.
just as good as it was the last season. The Bills are hot, but so are the Chiefs, and dear God in heaven, I don't know how to choose on that one. But I'm going Bills on it because I'm not betting against Josh. Josh Allen will find a way to win it. But man, that's going to be a fun one to watch.
Going with Buffalo. Josh, I'm not going up against you, man. Going with Josh and the Buffalo
to
Bills.
be fair, that's one that's probably, like I said, the hardest one to pick because either team could win that one. And I think we're seeing them week 6. We're going to see them in the AFC Championship.
Raiders had them at 17-0. What do you think the Bills would have done if they had them at 17-0?
38.
The Bills would have
maybe not that high, but yeah, the Bills defense would not allow them to come back and answer back with all that unanswered points. The next one is going to be actually an NFC East showdown: Cowboys and Eagles. So you got the 4-1 Cowboys going up against the undefeated Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles.
I'm not going Cowboys. There's no chance in hell I would do that one unless it was against Washington.
Going with the Eagles, and there might be a chance. Might be a chance Dak. You might see Dak.
Yeah, there's been talk that he may come back. Yeah. The problem that I think is he even going to be how's he going to be if he comes back?
Well, he's not going to be 100%, but he's got to come
but the
back.
problem, and that's the problem, because if you put him in there too soon, what happens if he gets injured again?
That's football,
and then you lose him for the season.
That's football. He can't look. Him being on the sideline watching Cooper Rush win those games is like, you can't tell me that's just burning.
Like, man, I'm gonna go back to select comfort and sleep this shit off because, man, I am just pissed.
And he's not throwing any interceptions. Cooper is managing the game. That's another thing people don't see. That he's doing
everything that Dak has struggled at as of recent.
Exactly.
And it's making Dak look like a backup.
And the team is Cooper's getting popular, man, but Dak's the one getting paid. He's got all the money.
Yeah. And so Monday night is I
can tell you he's gonna win this.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be the Chargers.
It's gonna be the Chargers.
Home game for the Chargers. Grandpa Russell's gonna show up and maybe do some stuff.
Oh, man. You know when you have a really good relationship with your coach, and I mean Pete Carroll, good Lord, man, they traded them. I mean, they won. They got first round picks, and they came up really good trading.
Yeah, they got first round picks. They got rid of Russell Wilson. They obviously found the right quarterback because Geno Smith is looking like a superstar. I think he's going to thrive as the starter. And they're going to in the offseason, next year, Geno's going to have people to protect him. He's going to have offensive weapons. He's going to have a defense to help his team. He
had wide open, and he tried to do some stupid throw. You're not Patrick Mahomes, so stop trying to throw it like Patrick Mahomes. And he threw it.
Mahomes fucking scares me though. You watch when he sidearms that shit, and that scares the shit out of me.
But
not so much in a dangerous way, because I'm fucking jealous because I want to be able to do that.
Well, your boy Russell Wilson tried to do that, and what happened? Interception.
Yeah.
So,
but what irritates me with Mahomes so much a lot of times is when he does these sidearm things, or he just runs around and just says, "Oh," and gets a touchdown or something. I'm like, no, that's not allowed, Mahomes. Stop making it look so easy.
Right.
And I'm just like, it's not fair. I wanted to be a quarterback in the NFL, or running back, or a bench warmer, or a water boy or something, and I didn't get anything. But yeah, so all right, guys, we are all out of time. We will be back next week. Also, I will say that there are teams that are on byes. We actually have 4 teams this week on the bye. Week 6, Lions desperately needing it. The Titans desperately need it. The Raiders desperately need it, and the Texans as well need it. So the Texans come back. They play the Raiders. And the Titans come back week 7. They play Indianapolis, and the Lions. God, the Lions come back week 7 to go to Dallas. So Detroit, L.A. or Las Vegas, if you're listening, you've got time to fire your coach and get a new one. That gives you 2 weeks. You got plenty of time. I'm just saying. You might want to start shopping around and see who's available.
Sometimes I
Matt
believe
Rule's looking for a job, I hear.
I believe in second chance. He ain't getting no chance. I do believe in second chances and stuff like that, and it is early, but come the end of the year when you're doing your evaluations, you gotta do what you gotta do.
There's, I think, depending how the season ends, I could see Detroit looking for new coach in the offseason. Las Vegas looking for new coach. Possibly Washington looking for new coach.
Nah, they're not.
Carolina looking for new coach.
Raiders coach, he's got I think next year, a couple of years, because you know who that is. He's not a scrub. He's a champ. He's
if
Super Bowl
anything,
winner.
I think Well, there'll be teams that will. There'll definitely, obviously, there's going to be teams that are going to be looking for new coaches. We know it's more than likely going to be a lot of NFC teams that'll be looking for new coaches, as it always is.
Right.
So, all right, guys, we're out of here. We've run out of time. Ray's got Taco Tuesday food to eat. I've got
that is Tuesday and tacos. Thank you.
I've got random shit to do. So we will see you on the next one, and have a great week, guys. We'll see you after week 6.
Yeah, Sports Talk 101.